Let's do it.
Let's do it. It happens every 17 years, Yo-Yo and Vanessa. Those damn cicadas are coming back.
I just got back from Maryland, and they are out there. It is loud.
It is those damn cicadas every 17 years. They're back.
Oh.
And by the way, I don't know who would be doing this. I don't know who eats bugs, but the Food and Drug Administration feels that somebody's eating a bug out there. And they're saying if you're allergic to seafood, you're also allergic to the cicada.
Brad.
I'm not allergic to seafood, but I can tell you I am allergic to the cicada. I would not eat it. I would die.
Brad, I have a confession.
I would die.
I have a confession to make.
Don't make me sick on live on air.
I was dared when I was drunk as heck to eat a cicada, and that is me and my
Jonathan. Yo, come on.
Oh, do you see how disgusted my face looks?
I hope you made a lot of money after eating that cicada. It just was not a dare.
So this is the thing. So when we went to the bar, these guys were like, "Yo, it's cicada season." So we roast. It was a delicacy, I guess. I never knew about cicadas coming from LA. So we're like, "There's no way in hell we're gonna eat a bug." So hours passed by. We got a little lit. And they were like, all right, one more time. You guys gonna do it? And the girl, my homegirl, she was like, I'll do half if he does half. So they were like, you can't punk out now. And I was like, damn. That was a damn.
Definitely
and I ate half of it. But I'm gonna tell you. It's the protein.
It's making me sick, man.
You know, it didn't taste like anything but like a little roasted, I don't know.
Little bit. You had to be turned up to eat that.
You just taste roast, like a roasted, like I don't even know how to explain, like a roasted chip.
I'm good. We can stop describing it now. Next Friday story.
Look at my face, all right? As you can see, I passed out after I almost passed out. And the guys are just laughing.
It's square for me. It's the middle picture for me.
The guys are just laughing the whole time. I don't know what the heck. I was young and dumb. I would never do it again.
Was this 17 years ago?
It was a while ago. Can't remember the date.
It had to have been either last week or 17 years ago because they just showed back up from 17-year hibernation.
That wasn't last week, so it had to have been
17 years ago. So, all right. So that's at least a little better. You were younger, a little more wet, a little more wet between the ears. So I can understand that more than now.
Yeah.
But still, that story, Yo-Yo. Excuse me 1 second.
Not the fiction.
Excuse me.
Brad, let's go to a bar and eat roasted cicadas.
Let me tell you something. The FDA had to put out a warning. Don't eat the cicadas. The FDA is putting out a warning. Don't eat them. They surface every 17 years, mostly in Pennsylvania, Virginia, Indiana, and Tennessee. Gene Kritsky, the Dean of Behavioral and Natural Sciences at Mount Sinai St. Joseph University and author of the periodical Cicadas, The Plague and the Puzzle, and co-creator of the Cicada Safari app. This guy loves cicadas, obviously. Explained in a phone interview with Salon magazine that the Cherokees in North Carolina viewed them as a delicacy. They ate the 17-year-old locust, sometimes fried in hot fat, and sometimes even pickled them to preserve them for years. A drunk man, he didn't eat a cicada in Wisconsin. No, not like Yo-Yo. Instead, he got drunk and he stumbled into an Airbnb to pass out that he was not renting. Unfortunately, inside that Airbnb, it was being rented by 3 out-of-state cops. The three deputies traveled from Montana, Flathead County last week to attend police training in Milwaukee. They were sleeping at the rental home, the Airbnb, one night when Deputy Charles Pasola heard strange noises at 2:30 a.m. Pasola assumed it was one of his colleagues going to the bathroom and went back to sleep. But the deputies woke up a few hours later and found another uninvited, drunk, passed-out guest at the home.
Oh, my God.
Apparently, a drunk dude crashed with us last night, one of the deputies said in the TikTok video. The younger stranger, who was found lying in one of the beds, apparently went into the house by mistake, dozed off as three cops slept just feet away from him. They arrested him. The name of the man, they say, is Jonathan Elias of Upper Manhattan. No, it was not Jonathan Elias. I'm only kidding.
I was all into the story, too. When you...
Right.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, you're like, Jonathan Elias, how was he arrested? Of Upper Manhattan? No, it was not you. The short video shared online shows the unidentified teen sitting in handcuffs and trying to explain what brought him into the house. He told the officers at one point that this is the first time he woke up in a random place. He was just, guy was just drunk and had no idea where he was going. But he broke into the wrong home and got arrested.
So how would you feel? Would you want him arrested, or you would be like, oh, it's just innocent?
I don't know. It depends on how he woke up and he was acting. If the guy's just like a silly drunk guy, it'd be like, all right, shoo, I won't call the cops on you. But if he's angry drunk guy, then yeah, I'm calling the cops. Who knows?
But what's your luck to do that to three cops?
Yeah,
deputies.
It's just not your day. It's not your day. Meanwhile, a ticket was issued to a man right here in Suffolk County, New York, on the Long Island Expressway. Vanessa is familiar with the Long Island Expressway, right, Vanessa?
I sure am.
Okay, so on the Long Island Expressway, they have a high occupancy vehicle lane. On that high occupancy vehicle lane, you obviously have to have more than one person in the car to drive in the high occupancy vehicle lane. There's always traffic on the LIE, no matter what time of day you're driving. People want to get in that HOV lane no matter what. Well, this guy just took it a little too far. Justin Kunis, 20, of Lake Grove, New York, placed a mask on a passenger seat to use the high occupancy vehicle lane. He had 3 people in the car with the masks.
Oh my gosh.
Can you imagine? An eagle-eyed cop recognized it was just a mask on a seat.
Do you see Groundhog Sam back there? With the mask.
How did Groundhog Sam get in there?
He counts in the lane too. He counts.
Now, he was driving on the Long Island Expressway by the Sagtikos Parkway at exit 52 when eagle-eyed Highway Patrol Officer Jonathan Abrams became suspicious of the front passenger of Kunis' 2017 Nissan. Abrams stopped Kunis and saw he had attached a drama mask to the front passenger headrest in an attempt to make it look like a passenger was in the vehicle. He got a summons.
I mean,
people do the craziest things, right?
Listen, I come from LA. Well, my dad called it privilege. We call it privilege. There's some times where you got to get somewhere, and I hate traffic, so I understand where he's coming from. I feel like, I give him an A for effort.
Meanwhile, if anybody's looking for an internship out in LA, a paid internship for 3 months, and they're looking for a job out in LA, listen up, because I have a job. I got a job placement here. A Los Angeles-based marijuana delivery service is hiring one paid intern for 3 months to test out its products. Is this something that you guys would be interested in? Testing the marijuana products from the marijuana delivery service?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I do not like being high, so no.
All right. So Emjay CEO Chris Vaughn told USA Today his weed company had a successful 2020 and wants to transfer that into a really fun experience for some interns. The desire to create the position is similar to wine tasting, in that there's so many new weed products being released so frequently, we just need people to test them out and tell us how they feel.
Someone needs to do the job.
And by the way, it's $15 an hour to sit there and get high.
Wow, that's actually really good.
Listen, where was this? LA? I love LA.
Yeah. Now, it's 15 hours, $15 an hour for up to 16 hours a week. And you gotta, in order to apply, you gotta include a 1-page writing sample, a short video shorter, and you gotta bring your own lighter.
Yeah, right.
the lighter. That's like what tools do I need to do this job? You just need a lighter.
Right.
It's like bring your, you can do construction. It's like you got to bring your own tools. You got to bring your hammer or whatever.
Just a lighter.
Yeah. Just a lighter.
Cannabis brings people together. I stand very strongly with the cannabis community.
I see. So,
send the link, Brad.
Nesquik wants to move out to LA for the internship.
That's about to be all over US.
Nesquik is like, hey, can I apply for some overtime? I like to do some overtime this week. Can I get some overtime work this week at this marijuana company? United Airlines has announced that it has ordered 15 supersonic planes. The supersonic plane is coming back to commercial air travel. It's going to cut the trip from Newark, New Jersey, which is the New York City area, to London. The plane's going to be able to do the trip in 3.5 hours.
Jeez.
So they're bringing back the supersonic jets. But
wait, it was here before?
Yeah, the Concorde. That was before your time. Remember, the Concorde got caught on fire in France in the early 2000s or late 90s, and a lot of people unfortunately died. And they said, you know what? It's old technology. The plane caught on fire, so they grounded all the planes, and that was the end of supersonic travel for 20 years. Well, there's a new company called Boom, and they're bringing back the supersonic jet.
Look at that.
Yes.
It looks beautiful, though.
Don't go on Expedia yet to go buy your ticket, yo-yo, because it's not going to be ready until 2029. That's when they expect to start flying in another 8 years.
It's going to be above my pay grade, but by then it shouldn't be.
Yeah, the planes are supposed to be carbon neutral, use sustainable air fuel. Apparently, they cost $3 billion for 15 planes. Jeez. They expect, yo-yo, how much would you expect? They say this is what the ticket they expect to be between New York to London in 3.5 hours. And by the way, it's going to be a first-class cabin. The whole plane is a first-class cabin.
The whole?
Yeah. Wow.
So what do you? First-class cabin, United Airlines, Newark, New Jersey to London, 3.5 hours. I mean, literally about the time it takes you to get from New York to Puerto Rico.
Right, which is insane.
Right.
Here to DC.
Yeah. Drive New York to DC. You can take a plane to London.
So first class is like, I would say what, 15 to 2,000. So I would say like double, 4,000. United
is saying they expect to price the tickets between $5,000 to $7,000 for a round trip ticket. But you get to London in 3.5 hours. But when you get there, you can't. But when you get there, you live on the street because you can't afford a hotel room.
Yeah.
You're like, I got here, but I can't get a hotel room now. I got no money.
Sheesh.
Right.
But okay, so I actually saw this. My friend sent this to me this morning, actually, and I started talking to them. I was like, "Would you do it though, like right away?" And funny thing was, I wanted to talk to you about it. So it's great that we're talking about it on here.
Do what?
Travel. So would you feel comfortable taking this flight?
This supersonic flight?
Yes.
Yes.
Right away. Away.
I mean, I don't know I don't know if I would be like the first inaugural trip from New York to London. You know, people took the inaugural Titanic and look what happened. So, I'd like to see it fly back and forth a few times, but after I see it fly back and forth for a few months, I'd take it. Why not?
Nice.
Why not, right?
How about you, Nesquik? You too?
Yeah,
I already
I'm
have
down.
a fear of flying.
I've been to London, and if we could get there quicker, I'm with it, and I'll pay extra.
Meanwhile, United is excited about the possibilities, and they ran a video on Instagram proclaiming Supersonic is here to a throbbing hip-hop beat. But there's no sound, but that's the video.
We can't play the beat.
Yeah. Right, because if we play
and it flies higher than the actual plane flies. What is it, like
60,000 feet up in the air.
So are you in like space?
You're not in space, but you're certainly twice as high as a regular plane. I mean, I know when we're in, not that I've ever been in a plane with you, but when I'm in a plane and you look at the video screen in front of you, it tells you how high the plane is. It's always around 30,000
like
feet.
30?
Yeah, 31, 32,000 feet. So this is going to be twice as high.
That's wild.
But to me, it doesn't matter.
I
mean, to me, it doesn't matter if you're 30,000 feet to 60,000 feet. If the plane's going down, either way, you're not making it. From 30,000 to 60,000 feet, it's not going to make much of a difference. But I wonder why it's so high up in the air. I guess because it's a
probably the other planes, because it's going so fast. You want to keep it away. Yeah. I don't think.
No, I think maybe it's a smoother ride up there, and maybe it's faster up there. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Again, goes back to I don't even understand how the plane gets up in the air in the first place. We talked about this yesterday.
We were just talking about that.
That's right. Like, how the heck does this thing get up in the air and stay there?
And I answered your question with this: a supersonic boom.
Maybe. And by the way, according to United Airlines, it says that if you take off from London after sunset, you will make it to New York City to see the sunrise. So a wax figure of the pumpkin, former President Donald Trump, was removed. He was removed from a display at Louis Tussauds Waxworks in San Antonio because customers kept punching him.
Wow. Oh, wow.
First of all, this is not Madame Tussauds. This is Louis Tussauds. It's like McDougal's and McDonald's, from Eddie Murphy movie. It's like, no, we're not McDonald's. We're McDougal's. We have the same burger.
Yeah,
we got this. Whatever is it? Not McDougal's. McDougal's. Right. We got the same burger. We got the same pickles, but they have a sesame seed bun and we don't.
McDonald's.
But we're not McDonald's, right? So this is Louis Tussauds, not Madame Tussauds.
Not Madame Tussauds.
It's completely different. But Louis Tussauds in San Antonio, they had to remove the pumpkin because people kept punching him. They thought he was real. According to Clay Stewart, the regional manager of Ripley Entertainment, we've always had trouble with the presidential section because no matter what president was, Bush, Obama, Trump, we've always had people beat him up. Stewart told the newspaper that the Trump figure was beaten so badly that he had deep marks on his waxy face, necessitating us to have to remove him. A figure of former President Barack Obama lost its ears 6 times. President George W. Bush lost a nose. He said people are just very aggressive about their political parties. All right, so it's not just Trump, it's everybody.
It's everybody.
It is everybody. Now
that looks horrible, though.
Yeah. Now, Trump, however, got a little more bruised than the other former presidents, apparently. Sure. Now, just in real life, the wax Trump is polling at about 50%. Loved by some, others hate him, said the company in a news release. Now, Louis Tussauds Waxworks in San Antonio is also working on the likeness of President Joe Biden. One visitor said in a YouTube video tour that the figures in the San Antonio Museum look maybe 30 to 40% like the celebrities or famous people that they're trying to mimic, and compared the Trump figure to actor Mickey Rourke. Let's see. Mickey Rourke, and where's the Donald Trump? He doesn't look like Mickey Rourke. Oh, that one, maybe that second one.
That one, kind of.
I'm going to tell you something.
It's like a Trump Mickey Rourke.
Yeah,
morph.
But you want to know what?
Together.
I'm looking at that Trump figure. If I was in San Antonio, I'd knock the crap out of that wax figure. Would you? I would kick it.
It's asking for it.
I would kick it. I'd punch it. I would sit on it and take him on the neck.
Give him a noogie.
Yeah, give him a noogie.
Wet willies.
What, do one of these. Right into his eye. Thanks for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.